Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ruchita and I passed January FMGE 2025 in my very first attempt, scoring 220 marks. And in this video, I'll be sharing tips regarding what you should be doing when there is less than 50 days left for July FMGE 2025. So I know that you must guys be feeling tired, overwhelmed. I don't know if I'll remember what I'm studying right now. I'm just burnt out at this point. I know, I've been there. And let me tell you, if you will push yourself right now for the rest of how many days left, I don't know when you guys will see this, 45 48 days, if you'll push yourself harder, trust me, you will cross that 150 marks. Even if you're not crossing it right now, if you push harder in these how many ever days left, you will be able to pass this exam. And in this video, I'll be sharing what you should be doing in the final lap of your revision actually. So yeah, let's get started. The first tip would be you need to solve a minimum 100 MCQs each day. It's a non-negotiable at this point. I mean, it's an MCQ exam, right? So if you're not solving MCQ, you're literally not preparing for the exam. And if you are still not solving 100 MCQs, this is the time when you should be starting. If you're already solving 100 MCQs, then you should try solving 150, and if you're solving 150 already, then you should be solving 200. I would not recommend more than 200 per day, because I believe that you should be balancing solving MCQs and reading theory, because I feel it goes hand in hand. And also important point is you need to analyze it. Just solving is not going to help, you also need to analyze it, because at the end of the day these MCQs are going to help you identify what are your weaker areas, and you should be focusing on these weaker areas more. That's the whole point of solving MCQs, identifying the weaker spots. It helps you boost your recall and helps you gain confidence. You can there's no compulsion of solving all these 150 or 200 MCQs in one go. You can divide them into slots of 50 50 50 4 times or 3 times, depending how much you want to solve each day. And you can solve 50 in the morning, 50 in the afternoon, and 50 in the evening, or you can solve 100 in the morning and 50 in the evening, whatever suits you. It's up to you. So the second tip is very much aligned with the first tip, that is solving PYQs. I cannot stress enough on how important PYQs are for FMG, because every other session of the exam, some questions get repeated, some topics get repeated, some questions are repeated as it is, topics might be twisted. For example, if today investigation of choice is asked, then tomorrow the treatment might be asked of the same disease. So the topic is same but questions are different, so it is important to also know the PYTs. And so about the PYQs, you need to solve PYQs of all the years of FMG, whatever is available in your books or in subscriptions that you have purchased. How many ever years, like 5 years, past 5 years, that is 10 exams. So yeah, and you need to also solve past 3 years of NEET PG papers, because some questions are directly asked as it is, or again the topic is twisted. So it is very important to know what is asked in NEET PG also. So yeah, and I have prepared a PYT and HYT, that is previous year topics and high yield topics list for all 19 subjects. I'll put that in the description, you can check that out. And if you are following some other list, that's also fine, just stick to one list. So the third tip would be to plan 2 to 3 focused revisions and 1 sprint revision. So what does focused revision means? That you need to only focus on the topics that are frequently asked in the exams, that are your PYTs and HYTs, that are high yield topics. I have provided a list in the description, as I mentioned earlier. Now that you have only about 6 to 7 weeks left, your goal should be to revise with a purpose and to finish the revision of all 19 subjects in the minimum time possible, so that you get more time to practice MCQ. Another point regarding GT is reviewing it smartly, because if you're not going to review it, there's practically no use of giving the GT. Reviewing it smartly is going to help you to identify where you're going wrong. Is your time management bad? Is your memory bad? Or are your concepts not strong? You'll exactly understand how and what you need to work on. So apart from analyzing the GT, another important thing I feel about GT is to give it from different platforms. Now, I have used Marrow as my primary resource, and I have given a lot of GTs from Marrow. So I have observed a trend that as you start solving a lot of MCQs from the same platform, you kind of get used to the question framing, or sometimes even the same questions are asked in the GT. So you have the bias developed in your head ki if this question is asked, then this might be the answer. To prevent that, the best thing to do is to give GTs from different platforms. So many platforms will be conducting free GTs. I think Marrow Mock is in the end of June. I don't remember the exact date. I'll let you guys know when it is. Then you can give Prep Ladders GT. Then you can give Cerebellum's GT. So the next step is something you need to do while reviewing your GT and while revising your uh, notes is you should be making forget me not list. So what you should be putting exactly in this list is the topics that you frequently forget, that you think are a little difficult for me to understand, so you need frequent revisions for that. And you can also make a 20th notebook out of it, but if you think it's time consuming, then this list is a go to thing for you. And what you should be doing is you once you have this list prepared for the topics from all the subjects, you should be focusing on this list in the mini sprint. Goal of doing this is to understand what you need to revise in that 1 week or 5 days before exam. So you should be focusing on these particular topics just before the exam, so that they are in your short term memory and you will be able to recall them in the exam. So the next step would be increasing your study hours. So if you are studying for 8 to 10 hours, I recommend you to pushing it to 10 to 12 hours. I know it is a lot to ask for. I know it is hard, I know it is difficult, but this is the last lap of your revision and you should be pushing harder than what you were doing before. Push yourself, because from what I have learned from my FMG journey is this exam demands a lot of discipline, a lot of patience, a lot of mental strength, a lot of consistency. So if you're ready to give all of this, then you'll definitely pass this exam. And another thing that helped me to study for so long was I used to use a timer. I used to put a timer for 2 hours and then just sit there and study and finish a portion of the that particular subject. You can use a Pomodoro clock or whatever works for you, but just study. And in these 12 hours, you need to divide your time between MCQs and theory. Have a balance and you'll be good to go. So another tip would be to stop adding any new material to your notes right now. Some random person's PDF or even toppers revision notes. Trust me, you don't need them right now. You have very less time left and you should be maximizing on what you have studied rather than looking for PDFs where people have concise their material. Just mark those things in your own notes, but read your own notes. Another option is you can use the concise version of notes provided by the same faculty that you have learned from before. For example, if you have done RR of microbiology or pathology from Dr. Preeti Sharma ma'am, then you can use her LRR notes because they are concise version of what she's taught before, but the information is presented in the same manner as she has done in the RR. So what happens is you develop a photographic memory. When you read the same thing for 10 times from the same source, and that is what will help you recall in the exam, in the GT. And so it's just waste of time, I feel, to go and refer 10 people's notes. So yeah, just stick to your own notes and keep it simple and precise. That's it. So lastly, I want to talk about mindset. It was something that helped me, and I know it will help you too. So you need to believe in yourself that you will pass this exam. Irrespective of your current GT scores, you need to believe in yourself. You have to believe that whatever you're studying today, you will remember it on the exam day. You have to have that belief in yourself. And whenever you're going into a negative mind space, like I'm getting low scores, low score in custom module, or low score anywhere in general, or while revising you're not able to recollect any uh, information, so I know it actually brings your morale down. So what you need to do in such situations is you need to visualize that you have already passed this exam and you are the most happiest person after the result, and imagine how you will celebrate, and it will instantly put you in a good mood. I know it's easier said than done, but it was something that helped me, and I hope that it helps you too. Have this fake it till you make it attitude until your exams are done. This is what my senior suggested me, and I would also suggest you guys. Never ever doubt yourself and just believe that you're going to pass this exam. So now that you are in your last lap of your revision, solve a lot of MCQs, give a lot of GTs, do focused revisions, and keep your notes simple. And yeah, do this on repeat basically. So if you found this video helpful, then do consider subscribing to my channel and share it with your other FMG friends who are appearing for this July FMG 2025. You can also comment your doubts if you have any in the comment section, and I'll try to answer them. Until then, all the best for your preparation, and you have got this. You're going to pass this exam, and see you in the next one.